Hey, it's Dave from Bullpen Cycles, and I'm on my way to South Florida to pick up a bike that I dropped off for restoration about 3 years ago. I think I got scammed. I dropped this bike off 3 years ago. Actually, the fellow came into my shop. We'd done business before. He has a good reputation, and we had pleasant transactions up until this one. And he saw a Montesa that I had, and I had contracted to send that Montesa to Bill Masho for restoration. Now, Bill does good work. He's a good guy. You pay for it. I won't say it's expensive. It's good work. You get what you pay for, and that's what we're gonna learn here. Anyway, it costs me $1,000 though to ship it there and back, maybe more. And this fellow said he could restore the same Montesa that he had done one before. Gave me a price that was thousands less. Not cheap, but thousands less. So I let him do it. Year and a half ago, he calls me. He wants the third out of 4 installments to get paid. He says it's almost done. He's just waiting on the gas tank to come back from the body shop from paint. I sent him the third installment of money. Says I can pick the bike up in 2 weeks. And of course, 2 weeks comes and goes, and I can't get a hold of the guy. And this goes throughout the summer and into October. Bike's supposed to be done, and I occasionally get a text, but I don't get anything meaningful. Then he promises to deliver it. He's got to pick up a bike in Maryland, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. So I tell him I'm going to call the cops, and I went down to see him. I saw him during the Dana Beach motorcycle show. You saw that video. Well, in the background, and it wasn't on that video, but in the background, I stopped at this guy's shop. I was going to pick up my bike, and there was no bike to pick up. Basically just a frame and most of the motor, but the rest of the parts scattered to the wind. I knew if I picked it up, I'd never get the rest back. So I left it. He promised he'd have it done in a week. And months went by again. Now I called the cops. Now the cops won't really help you if you have a civil dispute, you don't like the work, you got overcharged, that kind of stuff. Bike's not done, they won't help you. But if you don't get your bike back, it's conversion. That's theft. They'll help you with that. So I had to talk to them a couple of times, and they offered to be on standby. I actually thought about calling them and having them meet me there. But my goal is to settle this amicably so I could get my stuff back. You want to get your stuff back. The bike is a 1966 Montesa Lacrosse. You just can't pull those parts out of your butt. So I didn't care if it was done or not. I don't care. I told him that. I don't just get the tank back from the painter. I don't care if it's not painted. Just get it back. I can have it painted. And when he kept not listening to me, I knew there was a problem. So I don't know if I'm going to get my bike back. I'm going down there. I have an officer's phone number to call if I need to get him. We're going to see if I get my bike back. Are you taking bets? I don't know if you can see this through the back window. There's a green. Here he's coming. Tractor trailer behind me. He's carrying a load of cinder blocks. And within a second or two after I moved to pass him, one of his retaining straps broke and he dumped a load of cinder blocks all over the highway. Had I been behind him a fraction of a second longer, I would have had major cinder blocks coming in through my front window. That's the divine hand, folks. Well, we're home. We made it. What a spectacular trip. I don't mean to be preachy, folks, but I almost got assailed by falling cinder blocks on the highway, and God's hand protected me. We got our stuff back peaceably, non-confrontational, and then what I pull in, this. So I got gas about 1.5 miles ago, and I'm smelling something. Something smells hot. I pull in my driveway, and that caliper is locked up. Just as I make it home, 500 miles round trip to the last 100 feet, and that's when my van decides to quit. Now, I don't believe in coincidences. It's not evolution. Just can't happen. There's a divine hand there. Too many coincidences for it to be anything else. And that's all I have to say about that. So let's see what we got. We're gonna take it in our overflow building and evaluate what we have left to do. And then maybe if there's time, we'll take a look around. This is a 1966 Montesa Lacrosse. Well, it could be 67. They made these in 66 and 67. They made 1,333 or so, I'm told. This was Montesa's very first dirt bike. Special built dirt purpose bike. They had 3 models then. This, the Impala, which was a street bike comparable to the Bultaco Matrella, and they had a Scorpion, which was a dual purpose bike. There's one in my shop. Now, so far, I'm pleased with how this was started. There's some good craftsmanship here. I just lost faith in the fellow's ability to finish it after he told me it was all done except for the gas tank. And I visited him and saw nothing but a bare frame. So now, 3 years later, it's mine to finish. He was hanging stuff together as I got there. Nothing's bolted or torqued. I'm gonna have to deal with that. It's fine. These were Model 23s. Engine number is buried over there. There's a frame number. Partially powder coated over. Telesco front forks. Not Bader. I'm guessing that's a single leading shoe front. 19-inch wheel. Although I think some of the Eastern deliveries got a 21-inch wheel. That's my other wheel which is missing. We were gonna do both. Most of these were yellow. We had originally discussed doing this patterned after the famous photo with William Shatner. Yes, Captain Kirk. So this would have been blue over white, not white over blue, but I think they came both ways. That's a nice touch. They had to work that aluminum and then polish it. And this was the original pipe that was there. It's pretty heavy, but it's like a baby expansion chamber. There's your early motocross seat. That's a nice rounded edge there. So the work here looks nice. I'm gonna have to go through it because once you lose trust, well, you just don't know. They call these bendable brake pedals. Some people didn't like them, but that's how they were. So you want to see what else is in here? I think you've seen most of it. This is a Bronco Apache. If you look closely, there's actually 1 and 2 halves. Bronco is known for mini bikes. That was their only mini motorcycle. It's a Moto Beta motor. Yes, that's Beta. Current Beta today. The bikes were actually built by a company called Fantic. This was Fantic's first bike. They're sold in Europe as a, I don't know, a Carabella, I think. Here's a Greaves, a TFS, which was basically their trials bike with lights. You saw the Mako on our Bayou video. This is an SWM. They still make SWM. Speedy Works Motors. They are building bikes based on the Italian Cagiva era Husqvarna. But this was their original. It's a 440 Rotax. The only dirt bike I ever saw that has a center stand. You've seen my white streaker I have to get to. We imported that from Spain. This is a rare thing. It's a Beta scooter. Yes, Beta, the dirt bike company. One year they did a promotional scooter. And this is brand new. Never been sold, still on the MSO. It came from a Beta dealer I bought out. More Wankels. I finished this Ducati years ago. Belts and valves and everything. Made it perfect and never rode it. Now it's time to go over it again. You've seen a Spitfire, you've seen a Red Hunter. Oh, you've seen the Matrella. We're gonna go over that Moto Marini. That's a special bike. Now, here are 4 brand new Hercules W2000s. 1 in each flavor. See, there's the one over there in the crate. These were all the colors that came, but this one, this was specially built for a particular executive in the Hercules Sax company. And when they folded, Sam Costanzo got all the bikes, and eventually they ended up here. My favorite bike in this building, aside from the race bikes, is this 750 Atlas. Original paint. 750 Atlas with 4,000 miles. We got to get that one going someday.